You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, guys, we're going to be talking about Major League Baseball here in this video because we have a player for the Los Angeles Dodgers that has now been arrested for domestic violence. And it is starting pitcher Julio Urias. Now, guys, this is not the first time he's actually gotten in trouble for domestic violence. Actually, in 2019, he got arrested for domestic violence, even though he didn't get any charges. I believe they were like dropped or something like that. He did receive a 20-game suspension from Major League Baseball. So let's go ahead and dive into this one, guys. This is kind of breaking news here. Over here on ESPN, Los Angeles Dodgers starter Julio Urias was arrested on felony domestic violence charges late Sunday, last night. Los Angeles police told ESPN the second domestic violence arrest in the past 4 years for the soon-to-be free agent pitcher. Urias, 27, was arrested just after 11 p.m. Pacific time and booked into jail around 1 a.m. according to jail records. He was released on $50,000 bond at 4:47 a.m. and has a court date of September 27. Now, guys, we really don't know what the allegations are on these domestic violence allegations. We really don't know. I tried to look, not a whole bunch of details here, but still, this is not good news, guys. Look here. In 2019, Urias was arrested on suspicion of domestic battery. While he was eventually not charged, he received a 20-game suspension under Major League Baseball's domestic violence policy. So in other words, guys, they thought he actually did something. Even though he wasn't actually charged criminally, they thought he actually did something. Now, this is where it gets kind of dicey right here. Check this out. No MLB player has been suspended twice for violating the policy since its institution in 2015. So now it's possible, guys, that he could actually get suspended for the second time for domestic violence. Now, I tried to look up the standards for this here as far as like suspensions go. I really couldn't find much of anything on this. The only thing I really found out right here was on Sportskeeda. It says, what is MLB's domestic violence policy? Julio Urias arrested draws attention to league's code against abuse. And there really isn't a whole lot here. And they pulled something from MLB's domestic violence policy. And I believe it's right down here. Yeah. It says, what is MLB's domestic violence policy? Per their own content release, the MLB takes an absolute stand against domestic violence, sexual assault, or child abuse, protects the legal and procedural rights of players, provides assistance to victims and families, especially information and referrals to available resources, recognizes that players may also be the victims in intimate relationships, focuses on education and prevention, including training on this policy, utilizes the most effective methods and resources for therapeutic intervention for abusers and those abused, allows for therapeutic programs for players, and for the imposition of appropriate discipline on players. That's pretty much it right there. So the first time he was suspended 20 games, and now we don't know exactly what's going to happen. I mean, he was arrested here, and we'll have to see what MLB does. I'm willing to bet that probably, because I saw something else, probably within the next week, they're probably actually going to put him on like a restricted list or whatever they call it in MLB. But also, by the way, I forgot to mention this here. The Dodgers actually did put this out right here as well. Look at this. Well, it's not right here, but I believe that, where did I actually see it? I actually saw a tweet. Oh, here it is right here. The Dodgers put this out. They said, "We are aware of the incident involving Julio Urias. While we attempt to learn all the facts, he will not be traveling with the team. The organization has no further comment at this time." So they just put out that statement not long ago. So also right here, right here, this is where it gives a little bit more details on what can actually happen to him. It says here, during time of investigation, it is determined what to do with the player. Suspensions and fines are often set out as a result. Their release clearly states, quote, "Under the basic agreement, the commissioner may immediately place a player accused of a covered act on administrative leave." So that's probably what's actually going to happen, effective as early as the date of the notification, and may keep the player on administrative leave for up to 7 days, including the date of notification, subject to the player's right to challenge that decision set forth below. And it goes on, it says, Urias has not been placed on the list, but that is a very likely outcome given how serious the league tries to take domestic violence incidents. The Dodgers themselves may end up doing something as well. Well, they already said that he's not going to travel, so we will have to see. It does say here on ESPN, Major League Baseball is investigating the case. Players charged with domestic violence typically are placed on administrative leave, like we just mentioned here. Urias' court date is during the final week of the regular season. Urias had been one of the best starters in baseball over the past 3 years, peaking last season with a National League best 2.16 ERA and third-place Cy Young finish. On the cusp of free agency, he has struggled this season, posting a 4.60 ERA and allowing a career-high 24 home runs in 117 and a third innings. Yeah, not the kind of performance, man, when you're actually trying to get your next contract. And now you have these allegations over your head right now of domestic violence, man. So we will have to see. I wish we actually had more details on this, on who actually accused him or what. I have no idea. But this is not good whatsoever. If he does get suspended, I'm willing to bet domestic violence for the second time. If it's found out that he actually did something, you got to be thinking he's probably looking at, half of the season, if not a full season, depending on the circumstances. Like I said, we don't have any details on this whatsoever. So we will actually have to see what happens. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and we will catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.